Hey guys, it's Philly, and what the fuck is up? Welcome back to No Bleeps. This has been a whirlwind of a past week, you guys. Last week felt like just such a blur, honestly. It felt like a month and not a week that had went by. I have never in my life watched so much CNN. I felt like I was addicted to it. Like, I could not walk away from the freaking television. If it was off, like, and I was just like in my room and I wasn't watching TV, I felt anxiety because I didn't know what was going on. I felt more anxious not watching CNN than I did watching CNN. But you guys, I have also never stared at the map of the United States for that long ever in my life, and I feel a little lost without CNN right now. Like, it was like a show I was binging. That's what it felt like. I was binging this show, and now I don't know what I should watch. But also at the same time, how freaking sad is it that I'm like literally comparing American politics to like a drama HBO show, because that is how like dramatic and intense last week felt. That's literally what I felt like watching CNN, which that's a scary realization of our politics right now and the way that our world is. Anyways, since all of that has ended for the most part, I mean, I'm watching The Bachelor right now, and if you guys are watching The Bachelor, I have a lot of feelings. I have a lot of things to say about The Bachelor because Claire is crazy, but I also feel like the show kind of edited her to be crazy. I feel like they didn't really want her to be The Bachelor for very long, because every interview that Tayshia has done, she won't reveal when she actually got the phone call and how long she had a quarantine for. So it's like, was it planned? Did they plan to make Claire look bad? I don't know, you guys. So I just have a lot of things and a lot of feelings, but more importantly, I know that you guys are really here to get the tea on what the fuck is going on with Zoe Laverne, because holy smokes. What is with these influencers and talking to little kids? I'm not sick in the mind, so I cannot relate to wanting to talk to little kids and be like, hey, want to come over? Like, ew. What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, I don't know why these people cannot just get on Tinder or Hinge or Grindr, whatever floats your boat, and meet someone their age, or at least someone that is legal. I don't know what, I just like, obviously there's something wrong with them, but it's just, why you're putting it online? I mean, well, most of the stuff has gotten leaked, but it's just like, you're a public figure. You don't think that stuff is going to get out? What? Like, just do better. Do better. You should know that this stuff is wrong and sick and disgusting. So basically, we're talking about Zoe Laverne because she is a 19-year-old TikToker, and she got caught kissing a 13-year-old boy. Yeah, there's like a video of it and everything of them kissing. I'm not going to say his name to make it, private, even though he is like kind of an influencer. Like, he has like 300,000 followers on TikTok or something like that. But for privacy's sake, I'm just not going to mention his name because the situation is fucked up as it is. And just, people are hitting on him, and he's 13. He should not be getting hate for this. Seriously, he's 13 and the person that kissed him was 19. So, like, let's focus on who really did the wrong deed here, you know what I mean? So basically, Zoe Laverne, 19 years old, she got famous in 2016 on Musical.ly, which is now TikTok, and she has like 17 million followers on TikTok. That's a lot of fucking followers. She has about 400K on YouTube and 2.9 million followers on Instagram. There's a shit ton of Instagram followers. There's a shit ton of followers all around to be doing some nasty stuff like this. Okay? Like, I'm confused. So I have personally heard about Zoe Laverne before, and I've made a couple of videos on her because she has been in some drama with her ex-boyfriend Cody Orlove. This is when I first started to hear about her. Basically, was when she was trying to get back with Cody Orlove when they were exes, and it seemed like they had a pretty crazy relationship. So the first time I ever heard about them was when there was a point in time where she was trying to date him again because they had already dated. And he had ran away from home in his car that looks like a cow. I'm not joking, you guys. And Zoe was with his sister at his house, crying all over social media, going live and just posting sad TikToks and sad pictures and begging him to come home. And there were cops at his house, and it was all over social media at the time. And this was the first time I had ever heard of them, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? What's going on? What's going on? They weren't even dating at the time of all of this, so she was really doing the most just because he ran away. He ended up just wanting to take a social media break, and he came back home, but this was the first time I had ever heard about them and their relationship. So they had dated for some time, and apparently she cheated on him and then heavily regretted it. But they still managed to stay really close friends, like best friends, and they said that they loved each other. They were always hanging out. She was really close with his sister, and eventually they both moved to Los Angeles together with Cody's sister. And it looked like they were living together in the same home, and they had eventually gotten back together. And this was like a point in time where people were like, oh my god, this is a massive moment. All is right in the world. These two people are finally back together. Everything is right. They're in love. So happy for them and all this. And they even did one of those fake marriages because that was a trend back in the day for people to get fake married. I don't know why this was such a big trend. Everyone did this trend. Daniel Kahn did this trend. Jake Paul did this trend. Tessa from Team 10 did this trend. I think Jake did this trend multiple times. I think he pretended to marry Erica and then he married Tana. And these two pretended to get married, and there were photos of it, and honestly, people believed it. I believed it after this, massive, we want to get back together, we're back together. I believed that they were married, and I was honestly really happy for them because there was a lot of drama that came before the whole marriage situation. But it turns out that they weren't actually married, and she was definitely waiting for him to propose, it kind of seemed like, but they were waiting for the right time, I guess. And basically, it didn't play out like they thought it did because things started to take a really weird turn and they broke up. And when they broke up, I was honestly kind of sad because I thought that they had reached this point in their lives where they were going to be together forever, even though they were really freaking young. I just thought that they were going to be together. I don't know. But they broke up. And there were a lot of people speculating about why they broke up, and there were a lot of really disturbing things being said about the reasons why, a lot of crying, a lot of live streams that happened, and there was basically just a lot of drama. But anyways, the two parted ways, and here we are today at another nasty-ass Tony Lopez type situation, except this is worse because it wasn't just talking on Instagram in the DMs or in text messages or on Snapchat. There is actual shit of Zoe meeting up with this 13-year-old and kissing him in a video that is online. Ew. There's just ew. Okay, ew. I don't know what the appeal is here. I'm going to say it a million times because I just do not understand what the appeal is. Y'all are sick. That's what I gotta say. He's 13. She's literally 19. Apparently they were friends, but what the fuck? What the fuck? So she basically disappeared from the internet earlier this month because there was a video that leaked of her and this 13-year-old kissing. And people were saying that he was a fan of hers and that she groomed him, which she is denying, and so is her mom, that she groomed him in any type of way. But yikes. From what I have gathered from both of their sides, they were friends. I guess he was a fan of hers and he had followers himself, and they became friends, and then they got feelings for each other. Oh my god, I can't even. But basically, in an apology, Zoe said that she caught feelings for him and then realized that the age thing is bad after the video of them kissing was filmed. I don't know how this video even got out. Like, how did it get leaked? Who the fuck put it out there? Did he put it out there? Did she put it out there? Like, this is just, you would have to delete this shit immediately. Like, this is nasty. And I guess the 13-year-old has referred to them as being more than friends as a big mistake, which, yeah, I hope she's looking at it the same way. But Zoe's mom has publicly defended her, saying that anybody can reach over and kiss somebody they're best friends. And in another statement, her mom also said that she told them that it needed to stop and asked why they were doing this. I'm confusion. Like, I know that moms love their kids no matter what they do, but what is she trying to say, that, like, anyone can reach over and kiss somebody if they're best friends? Like, I know that you can, kiss someone, anyone, but, like, is it right? No. No. Even if they're best friends. Why is a 19-year-old friends with a 13-year-old? Why are they hanging out alone? Why is a 19-year-old hanging out with a 13-year-old alone? There's a question. I have a lot of thought. Why would a 19-year-old even want to hang out with a 13-year-old alone and catch feelings and kiss? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so on October 24th, messages between Zoe's friend and her ex-boyfriend leaked. And in these text messages, apparently, Zoe's former friend, because these people don't want to be associated with someone who kisses 13-year-olds, said that she didn't want to be friends with Zoe anymore because of her interactions with this 13-year-old. She just felt like the friendship that she had with this 13-year-old was weird and just not okay at all. So her friend did not approve of this, and so her friends have come out and just stated that they're not friends, because I think a lot of fans of Zoe's and people that have heard about this story were starting to come for her friends to hold her accountable and question them and their character and wonder if they thought this was okay. And so a lot of them started to say, oh my gosh, like, I cannot be friends with her anymore. This is not okay. And basically Zoe has come out and said, I didn't groom Connor. I wouldn't do that. He's a kid and I'm aware of that. It just happened. She said that they were both in a dark place when they first became friends, and they just end up catching feelings for each other. And friends do that. They catch feelings for each other. That's not a bad thing. Yes, the age is a bad thing. Yes, it's wrong. Yes, it's not good. We both realized that and we stopped. I really don't know. So on her Snapchat story, she put, I realize why everyone is mad and upset with me and disgusted. Trust me, I get it. I'm upset with myself too. That's why I haven't been on social media. But please stop these group chats. They aren't helping. I will be addressing everything soon as I can get back into my Instagram. Thank you. And the 13-year-old posted on his story and said, I will be addressing all of this soon. But one thing I will say is that Zoe did not rate me. Again, as soon as I'm stable enough to address it, I will do so. So they just kissed, nothing past that, according to the 13-year-old's Instagram story. Zoe also tried to say that she was receiving therapy because of the situation. It also did say that she did inform the 13-year-old's mother about their kiss after it happened, and that the mom was not happy, but she understood that they were both teenagers and that feelings can be caught. Well, the mom took it a lot better than the internet, I'll say that. because the internet is like, girl, you need to be locked up in jail. That is what the internet has been saying. Zoe's been receiving so much hate. I mean, the only reason I'm covering this is because you guys have been sending me this story non-stop, because I mean, it's insane. It's crazy. Like, really, really crazy. It's nasty, nasty. Ah. And if you guys know who Isaac Presley is, he is an influencer. I believe he was on the Disney Channel. And he came out to say, friends go to the park together. They do Starbs runs, play Among Us, not fall for prepubescent minors when you're 19. You were in school already when he was born. As a young boy, you're fascinated by girls with puberty and all the new hormones. Attraction levels and interests are spiking. It's our job as adults, as positive influences in those younger than us lives, to guide and help someone. You guys, I really can't even process that she's blaming it on catching feelings. And you know, I get it, like when you're friends with someone and you start catching feelings for them, but when they're literally underage and they're 13 and they look like they could be your little brother, I just want to throw up. Like, she posted on her TikTok that she's like sad and that her happiness is gone, basically. And this is after all of this. After the statements where she said she was receiving help for the situation, where she said that she was sorry, she realized that it was wrong, she wasn't on social media, she wasn't talking to him anymore. Literally after all of this, she posted on her TikTok like a collage of photos of like her and her friends, and she included photos of him in them. And there's like a photo of him sitting on her shoulders, and it literally looks like she's hanging out with her little brother. And that disturbed me so much, so much. And then he made a TikTok basically under the same presence of like, this is my happiness. It's called like the Yellow Challenge or whatever. It's like using the Coldplay song Yellow and basically saying like, this is what makes me happy, these people make me happy, and you just show a bunch of people that make you happy. Well, he included photos of Zoe in it. So this whole thing disturbs me beyond words, and I just felt like I should give the breakdown to you guys, because a lot of you have been like, what the fuck, you need to talk about this because the situation is crazy. So yeah, I mean, there's that video of her and him kissing, and all this shit has happened afterwards. So that's pretty much that situation. I'm utterly disgusted, and I want to know what you guys think about this situation. But anyways, let it clear the air of this nastiness, and let's move into some of the questions that you guys wanted me to answer. I have some good ones here today. So starting off with a banger, someone asked me, do you think Jeffree Star is a bad person? Oh my god, you guys. So I have an answer for this question, and honestly, I don't think it'll get me canceled. I really don't. So, do I think Jeffree Star is a bad person? Well, I think Jeffree Star has done some really bad things. You know, I think he's had a really bad past. He's got a really mean past. The things that he's said to people, the things that he's done, I mean, from insulting women of color. Apparently, you know, those inside articles that came out about things that, all the alleged stuff about him tasing people, scaring people into doing things with him, all of that stuff is horrifying to me, and I think that's something that someone who is not a great person does. But at the same time, I understand that Jeffree has been through a whole lot of shit, and I'm not going to be like, yeah, he's a terrible person, point blank, period. I think that Jeffree has been through a lot of stuff in his life, and I can see that. I also see that he's pretty alone, and that can make someone really sad and ultimately make someone very angry. Not to be a total, like, I don't know, but you know the Grinch, guys? Come on. The Grinch is really lonely, and he has his little dog, and he doesn't want anyone else to be happy, so he, like, you know, tries to steal Christmas, and he's just, like, alone and sad, and that's why he's so mean, because there's, like, no one there to, like, love on him, and I feel like that's kind of like Jeffree. you know, I feel like Jeffree is this single guy. He's living in this big house, and I'm sure when you don't really have anyone at the end of the day to like spend time with besides people that you're literally paying to live with you, it could get really lonely, especially in that big ass house of his. Like, seriously, that house is way too big. I would definitely be terrified to live in that alone, and thank God he has so many dogs to like not make it scary, and he's got the ability to have the security and stuff. But I just feel like the reason why he does a lot of bad things is truly just because he's sad and not happy. And honestly, that's not me being like an asshole or anything. He literally says that in his video this week, that he is not happy and that he's feeling really down and not himself, and that it's like been a year of him being single and he is just not feeling good. And I feel like I get that. I totally see that. So, yeah, I mean, do I think Jeffree has done really bad things? Yeah, I do. A lot of things not so forgivable either, but I can see why. It just seems like he's had a really rough life too, so I just think that a lot of that stuff stems from his past and things that he's been through and just has not worked through yet. And that he just like lashes out on people because he hasn't really dealt with how to deal with his anger. I don't know. But anyways, that's pretty much the answer to that question. And the other question is, what is your definition of a bad person according to people you talk about on your channel? I mean, don't do bad things. Don't hurt other people. That's pretty much the gist of it. Like, if you're trying to scam someone, if you're trying to lie about someone, if you're trying to ruin someone, like, you know, Jeffree Star trying to ruin James Charles with literally no evidence at all. Tati trying to ruin James Charles with literally no evidence at all. Stuff that Shane Dawson has done in his past, like the video of him and Willow Smith and talking to people on Omegle. Oh, God. That's just not good stuff. Those are bad things. I don't think that there's necessarily people that I talk about that are like genuinely horrible people. I think that everyone has like a story to them and everyone has like a reason of why they're acting the way that they are. So I don't know. I never want to say someone is like so bad unless they like actually are like criminals. But I feel like just a lot of people are hurting, and when they're hurting, they do a lot of bad things. Unless you're just like a straight up asshole and you're like trying to scam for money and lie on people, that's just a whole other situation. You're a bad person if you're trying to scam your fans, you're lying to your fans, all that stuff. That is just fucked up on a whole list of levels. So those are people that are definitely bad people. Bryce Hall, you guys, come on. I can't explain that one. A lot of these people on TikTok. I mean, if you're throwing a party during a pandemic and you literally got the cops called on you multiple times and you're still going out and you're still partying and you got your power shut off and you're still going out and you're still partying and you're getting into fights at restaurants and you're allegedly blowing smoke into the faces of the wait staff at the restaurants, like, you're a bad person. So I guess I take that back. Bryce Hall, not a great person at all. From what has been reported about him from literally all the news outlets ever. I mean, mainstream media, the governor, okay, knows who Bryce Hall is. Calling him and Blake Gray out publicly, it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing that some of these people on the internet really do have no shame in their game, honestly. But anyways, a question that has like nothing to do with being a bad person. Someone asked me, what are my thoughts on Fashion Nova and their scandals? So, fun fact, I've actually never bought anything from Fashion Nova. And honestly, like, I've heard a lot about their scandals. I know that they steal a lot of their designs from people like Kim Kardashian. If she makes something, if she wears something, they are going to make a dupe in Fashion Nova. I'm pretty sure it's fast fashion, but honestly, I was reading this Facebook page today and someone was trying to say that they are made locally in Los Angeles. I did not know that. I don't know, but I will tell you the reason why I never bought anything from Fashion Nova is because I have a lot of friends who have worn Fashion Nova, and you know what? Like, half the time, you can only wear the clothes once. Like, the material is really bad. It's gonna have like a hole in it, or it's going to shrink in the wash. Like, it's just really not gonna hold up. That's just the experience that I've seen from friends. They do have really cute things that you can wear one time, like if you're going to a birthday dinner and you're never going to wear that dress again because you're one of those people that can only wear something one time if you take a photo in it. So, Fashion Nova might be the place for you, but honestly, I've been trying to not buy as many pieces of clothing, which I'm so bad at this because I love shopping for clothes because, suddenly it's like when you don't put away your clothes and you don't do your laundry, you suddenly are like, oh my God, I have no clothes. And then you look at your clothes when you're putting them away and you're like, oh shit, I forgot I had that. It looks just like what I just bought. That happens to me all the time. But I'm trying to be better about what I'm buying. So if I'm buying something, I really want it to be made of really good quality, something that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Because I noticed that I started to buy a lot of like clothes from Princess Polly that were like just really cute tops, like going out tops. And I mean, I have like no place to wear them right now, but when I was buying those tops, I was just like, okay, I can wear this out to dinner and then maybe like for the next year or two. But in a couple of years from now, am I going to want to wear this top? Probably not. I'm probably not even going to be able to fit in that top. So the mentality that I have right now is like, if this top is going to be too slutty for me to wear in like a couple years and it's like not even going to fit, then I probably shouldn't wear it. So I have been trying to buy clothes that I can wear for long periods of time. And during this entire coronavirus time, I have been buying a lot of nice loungewear, nice comfy clothes, pieces that I can wear to the grocery store, things like that. And now I have like this pretty good collection of clothes that I wear religiously. Like, I just keep wearing the same thing, just in different colors. A lot of it is from Aritzia. It's really fucking expensive and it's really unfortunate, but I know I'm gonna have these things for the rest of my life rather than buying something cheap from Fashion Nova and only being able to wear it literally a couple of times before there is a hole in it. But that's pretty much what I think about Fashion Nova and clothing. I know everyone is different and things that they spend their money on is very precious to them, and clothing is definitely not high on the list at all. It's definitely not high on the list for me at all, but I definitely do try to budget to make sure that when I do buy clothes, it's worth the money. Like, I'm going to wear it again. I'm going to wear it multiple times. I bought this dress from Aritzia that was on sale. I think I got it for like $30, and I have worn it so much. And every time I wear it, I'm like so proud of myself. I'm like, hell yeah, look at me getting use out of this dress again. Because it's really cute, it's really flattering, and I think it's like Sunday Best is the brand. I don't know, it's just navy blue. It's so flattering, and every time I wear it, I just feel so good. So, we love pieces that we can wear multiple times. Anyways, you guys, I definitely want to know, if you guys are watching on YouTube, leave it in the comments down below, stores that you guys shop at, and like literally any shop. Stores that, last more than a couple washes, things that like don't shrink. Where do you guys get your shit at? And do I need to check out some other shops that like I've not heard of? Most of the places that I've shopped in the past are like Princess Polly, Forever 21. I've seen like PacSun and American Eagle and like Aeropostale are like coming back and like making a comeback, and they have like really cute jeans now. So I feel like I need to be exploring them again, because I haven't worn that stuff since middle school, but I keep seeing them pop up in my little Google ads, and I'm like, oh my gosh, do I need to explore that again? But anyways, leave those recommendations for me in the comments if you guys are watching on YouTube. And if you guys are not watching on YouTube, I do have a podcast YouTube channel, and you guys can ask me questions either on the community page, you can ask me them in the comments, you can message me them on Twitter. I have a Twitter for this podcast. It is at No Bleeps Pod. You guys can DM me questions we can answer here on the podcast. But anyways, I love you guys so much. That is the episode for this week. I know I said I was going to tell you guys a personal story, but then you guys were really wanting me to talk about this, so I decided to just give you guys this spiel, and we can do story time another time. I promise you guys will hear juicy details about my personal life. But anyways, that is it for this episode. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye, guys.